Hey guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves. That's what I was trying to say. For the weekend or week of January 6th, I believe. Yes, January 6th. So this week is actually a weird week because I am going to have two videos for this. If you are watching this on my blog, the first video I did earlier in the week, and it is a ton of books that I got from my mother. My parents are trying to downsize from their big two-story house to a rambler as they get older, and they wanted to get rid of a whole bunch of books. So they invited me and my family to come over and go through the bookshelves and kind of sort what are they going to sell, where are they going to bring half-price books, and what are they going to just give to us. So I did that as a separate video. There are a lot of books in that video, and that will be below this video on my blog if you are watching it. If you are just watching this on YouTube, just look for the most recent posted video. I believe I did it on Monday, so a few days ago. For my normal Stacking the Shelves video, I have 3 books this week, and one is a book that is residual from I mentioned last week I used some Amazon gift cards to buy some books, and there is one from that just hadn't come quick enough. The other ones are ones that are either review or I got one from my son. So I'll go ahead and go through those. The first one I got is for review, and I got that through the Amazon Vine program, and that is Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner. This comes out in March of this year, March 2018. And I just couldn't resist. I mean, anybody who's a D&D fan knows Chaotic Good, what that refers to. And this is about a young woman who is a senior in high school, and she is hoping to be a fashion designer. She does cosplay. She does costume design. So she wants to get in the costume design program. And unfortunately, she ends up in competition with somebody at the local comic book shop, and then she moves over the summer and is hoping that here in this new town she can get a good start and really concentrate on her costume portfolio. But she ends up getting in conflict with the local comic book shop there as well, and decides to dress as a boy so that she's accepted by the nerd community there, and all these shenanigans happen after that. I don't know if that made any sense. Anyways, so it involves Dungeons and Dragons, role-playing, cosplay, all that kind of stuff. A little bit of romance. It sounds like it's a contemporary fiction young adult book. I just couldn't resist. It looks so cute. The title on the top also got my attention. It basically said, "Slaying dungeon trolls is easy. Internet trolls might require stronger armor." So just super cute. As I said, I got this through Amazon Vine. It comes out in March. So far, the reviews posted on Goodreads have been very positive, so I'm excited to read it. I think it'll be a fun, cute read. All right, so the book that I bought with the rest of my Amazon gift certificate that I had gotten for Christmas is Embers in a Dark Frost by Kelly Keaton. Kelly Keaton also writes under the pen name Kelly Gay, who writes the Charlie Madigan Urban Fantasy series, which I loved. The other series that Kelly Keaton writes is a paranormal series called Gods and Monsters, which I have been slowly getting through. I read the first 2 books and reviewed them last year. I hopefully will be getting the 3rd book soon from the library. So I was very curious to read this book. It sounds like it's a young adult, fae-based novel, fairy stuff, kind of a darker fantasy. So, yeah. I love the cover, and I like Kelly Keaton, so hopefully I will like it a lot. Then the last book is one of the ones that my son actually got for Christmas, and then he read it and gave it to me. This has been happening more and more. My son does love reading, and so sometimes he gets books that are his, and he's like, "These are my books, and when I'm done reading them, Mom, you can read them." And he does that so that I don't steal them and read them, or steal them and put them on my pile to read at some point, and he's like, "Where did my book go, Mom?" And I'm like, "Well, it's in that giant pile that I'm going to read it soon, I promise." And he's like, "Give me back my book." So that is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling, which I know this has been out forever, and this is I don't know why I've never read it. I love the Harry Potter series. I just never read this one. So my son got a ton of Harry Potter books for Christmas. He wanted a lot of them, movie tie-ins and archive books and a whole bunch of stuff. This is one of the books he got. He's already read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and a jillion other Harry Potter spin-off books. But he did finish this finally, and he gave it to me. I found it on my bed when I got out of the bathroom last night. He's like, I'm done with it. You can read it. Stop bugging me about it, Mom. So, yeah, I'll be able to get that and read it. So that's just 3 books this week, at least for like kind of my standard haul. I got Embers in a Dark Frost, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and then Chaotic Good, which just looks super cute. I am making a big effort again this year not to take too many review books because, again, even though I tried not to last year, I ended up having like 3 or 4 books a month to review, and that kind of cuts back then on what I could read off my to-be-read pile and then try to keep up on series. I've also significantly cut down the number of series I'm reading. I think as of the beginning of last year, I was reading 80 different book series, which I know you're probably like, oh my God, seriously? Yeah, I know, it was bad. So I have cut that down at the beginning of this year. I am reading 50 individual book series. And like some of them are series that just like haven't released these books for a while and I probably need to take off the list or whatever, but I keep hoping that they'll like continue the series. So I did cut my number of series down almost in half. And that's significant if you're talking about trying to also get your to-be-read pile down, because if you're reading like 80 series of books, they each release 1 or 2 books a year, hopefully, unless they've kind of died. So that's like an additional 80 to 120 books or whatever a year that you're reading to try to keep up with all the series you're reading. So now with only 50 book series that I'm reading, that should be significantly less. Aside from that, as I mentioned, there's another video that I recorded early in the week that I will be posting along with this. And that is all the books I got from my mom. There's a lot of them. So there's probably 30 or 40 books that I got from her. And a lot of them are like urban fantasy series I had wanted to be reading that she had gotten to read and wanted to get rid of, or just other random books that my son wanted. Like he wanted the Aragon series, which I listened to an audiobook, but she had all like the paper books. My son really wanted to read that, so we got those. And just a lot of random stuff. A couple of them are books that I loaned her that she never read that I'm getting back. So there's some of that in there. I definitely recommend checking it out if you're interested in a wide variety of books, because it is a very wide variety. She has like a lot of really old books and some new books. And so I acquired quite a wide variety of genres and I guess release dates of books. So that's all I really have to talk about. I guess we are having a very, very cold couple weeks here in Minnesota. It continues to be about anywhere from -16 to -6 in the morning, and then getting up to like 3 degrees in the day. It hasn't been real windy, so that's really nice. At least we're not dealing with the whole wind chill thing that makes you like so you can't breathe when you go outside. And it is supposed to warm up. We are actually going to get in the 20s this weekend, and you would be very surprised how warm that feels. And I was laughing because like on Sunday we went to a hockey game, and normally the hockey arenas always feel very cold to me, but you walked in the hockey arena and you're like, oh, it's nice in here. You know, that's when you know it's cold outside. When you walk in the hockey arena, that's like 30 something degrees, and you're like, oh, it's so nice in here. It feels balmy, you know, like, you know it's cold outside. So we're all dealing with it. As Minnesotans, you get to the point, like the first day it's really cold, everybody bitches about it, but now you're just like, whatever. Nobody even talks about it anymore. It's just cold. It's just cold. It's just, nobody wants to do anything outside. It's cold. Nobody wants to get the trash or get the mail because it's just cold. And so we're just not talking about it now. It's like this unspoken, like, yeah, it's bad. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. You know, winter continues. January's my least favorite month of the whole year because Christmas is behind us and spring break isn't here yet, and it's really cold. I was going to put a bad word in there, but I skipped that. It's really cold, and we have a lot of hockey usually, although we haven't had quite as much hockey this year because we did a tournament early in the season. But it's just cold. So on that note, I hope you got a lot of great books this week. Hope you have a great week of reading ahead of you. And I hope that you are having a warmer winter than we are having, because it's just been cold. And that's the note I'm going to leave you on. Stay warm. Talk to you next week. Bye.